everyone, welcome back to my channel and you're watching The Brown Feminist. In today's episode, I have a special guest, my husband. Hi, Jordan.
Hi.
So today, Jordan and I are here to do a special episode because we're celebrating 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for all of your support over the last 2 years. It's been an incredible journey. But today we're here to do like one of our special Money Matters episode, which is basically about personal finance. He's yawning already. He's super excited about this episode, I promise. So basically, we live in Ottawa, Canada, which is the national capital region of Canada, and we want to tell you guys that we've been living together. We've been married for about 1.5 years, and we live like pretty central in downtown Ottawa. So we just want to tell you guys about the finances of exactly how much it costs to live, work, and survive in downtown Ottawa as a married couple. With a double income. So a lot of people call that DINK, so that's double income, no kids, although we do have 2 fur babies, so they're not just as expensive as human kids, but we'll talk about that as well. So Jordan, do you wanna just go ahead and start off with the first major expense?
Well, the first major expense we have is rent. Our rent right now is a 1-bedroom apartment, and we get that for around $1,600 a month. We also, because I have a vehicle, we also get parking in that for about $150 a month. Now, within that, we are in a very nice location that is also quiet, yet very central and in the downtown area. Now, that allows us to...
It's okay, go on.
That allows us to have a lot of local amenities, a lot of great coffee shops, and just really in the heart of the National Capital Region, in the heart of the city, near the halls of federal government and city government, because we're not far from Parliament Hill and City Hall.
Awesome. So I guess rent or housing or whatever it is, that is your first expense. As a younger couple working professional, we don't own a house yet, so we don't have like mortgage, property taxes, and all of that. So assuming you're thinking of renting as well, rent will be the biggest chunk of the paycheck, sometimes 30%, 40%, for some younger couples who are like maybe, working at a different income level, it could be up to 50% of your paycheck. So that is currently the biggest crisis in Canada of how expensive rent is primarily in the cities. So I'll go over to the next thing. So once you have your place, you have all of your bills and utilities. So where we live, we don't pay for like heating or anything separately. The main bill we pay is hydro, which is basically like hydroelectricity that we use. And it just includes like lights, fans, like whatever you're using inside the apartment. Our heating is central, so that's not a part of hydro. So hydro can go anywhere between $60 to $80 a month. So roughly on average, let's say it's $75. Other than hydro, we obviously have Wi-Fi and our cell phones. So I want to say like Wi-Fi is roughly between $50, $60. And then our phone plans vary. He needs a very heavy data plan. I need a medium data plan. But on average, we assuming you guys all are under the same company, like Virgin, Bell, Fido, Wind, whatever it is. 2 cell phones and 1 home high-speed internet, which we both need to work and do entertainment, streaming, whatever. That comes to about $200 a month. And then the next biggest expense, I'll let you take over that.
Next biggest expense is food. Now, we spend approximately $750 a month on food, but for most of our big ticket items, we do also have a Costco membership. And this is we're not getting paid by Costco, but Costco is where we go to get our larger items, our non-perishable items, and large quantities of meat that we then take home, chop down, freeze, save on, get in smaller packages.
So I think the biggest thing about food is I was recently Googling this as well, that in Ottawa, the average for one person to have like 3 good meals a day, nutritious, fresh fruits, vegetables, all that kind, which is not super tight in the budget, it's about $350 a person. So if you want like a medium food budget per person, it's usually $350. So for two people to have it between $750, $800 is pretty reasonable. If you really wanted to go tight on the budget, maybe like, cut down on the fresh fruits, fresh veggies, move to frozen, move to canned, there are ways of being super budget on it. Right now, this is what we are comfortable in doing, and food prices have gone up significantly over the last couple of years. But as my husband was saying, there are lots of ways that we've become like in a way doing a little bit of budget groceries as well, just to keep a tap on things. We don't eat out too much in the month. We do like a lot of wholesale, a lot of sale foods as well. We buy things less processed, less boxed. Like we'll buy like a whole chicken, and then I will like peel off the skin and things like that and chop it up at home. So we do a lot of that stuff. We do a lot of Costco. You can go to like wholesale foods or whatever other wholesale food options you have. We buy in bulk, we buy in sales. And then we do like a little bit of a top up every week from like whatever nearest grocery store we have, just to keep our fresh fruits and veggies going. So after rent, I would think that groceries is the second largest single ticket item that takes up the bulk of the paycheck. So what do we have next? I guess after food, there's a couple of different insurances you might have. For us, it's recommended where we live to have something called renter's insurance or tenant's insurance. But you know what? When you're getting insurance, it's also like common to bundle it up with any other insurance you might need. For example, if you need some kind of health insurance, or if you need, like our pets need their insurance, we have a car insurance. So try to get a bundle up to get a good deal. Usually, our rental insurance is pretty cheap because we're in a small one-bedroom apartment. It's about $30. You can get better coverage. We've never ever needed to actually claim anything on that. Nothing's been stolen, nothing's been damaged, so we've been lucky. So we just stayed with a very basic home insurance. And other than that, how much was your car insurance?
The car insurance, since we just renegotiated and switched companies, we were able to get it down to about $140 a month. So that is another major expense, and it also goes along with my car payments. Now, with my car, I have a Jeep Cherokee, so I pay roughly $180 bi-weekly for that, so that comes out to roughly $360 a month for the car payment and about $140 for insurance. So you're looking at around like $500 in total there.
So there's a couple of ways you can do transport. Of course, the two of you could have like a bus pass. I think a bus pass would be around like $130, $140 each a month. So that would bring you to like about $300 a month. Or you can both have individual cars, which would be like $500, $600 each. Or you can just have the one car that you share. So every couple will have like their own dynamic of like who works further, who works from home, whatever works for you guys, whatever you're able to afford at this stage of your life. For us at the moment, it's just the car. And then sometimes if, we both need to be out at the same time, one of us will bus or walk or something like that. So those are like some major expenses related to the car. Like he was saying, there's like the car insurance, parking, we've already mentioned, it's tied into our rent. Then we have gas, whatever you want to use based on mileage, how far you usually drive, how much stoppage in the city there is in order to drive up your efficiency of, fuel utilization, and all of that stuff. And your, car installments, if it's already a paid off car, or you bought a, secondhand car for cash, or you got a car as a gift from your family, or whatever it is, that might bring your car installment payments down to zero. But on average, I'd say $500 to $700 for a vehicle for a DINK. So after that, we have our sorry, that was one of our cats jumping and falling off the couch. So after that, we have less survival items and more like making life worth living items. So entertainment, we have subscriptions for our TV. So I think we just kind of do a few that we pay for ourselves and a few that we share with other friends and family. So we do like Netflix, Disney, Amazon Prime, basically all of that, and a bunch of free ones like CBC Gem, which has quite a few good shows. So since this is a Canadian channel, yay, subscribe to CBC Gem. So usually like about $20 to $50 a month for me for subscriptions, and I think you have a similar amount.
Similar and about the same.
Yeah. So altogether, as a couple, I would say under $100 for all of our subscriptions combined. And then if we have like weekend activities, like maybe we're hosting one weekend, or we're going to the movies, we're going to a fair, we're going like, just driving somewhere to like a lighting show or whatever.
Interlude just ended.
Yeah. So anywhere you want to go out, spend the day, eat out, all of that. We don't do that too much. Maybe 1 or 2 weekends of the month we'll do that, and the others we usually like spend with family on more low-key activities. So per month we kind of usually budget like $200 for that. And then for miscellaneous stuff, so miscellaneous could be like toiletries you need, household cleaning products, toilet paper towels, all of that kind of stuff. We would say just on top of the groceries, just budget another $100 to $200. And then that kind of brings us kind of to the end of things. Yeah. So I guess roughly for a couple to have not a super tight budget lifestyle, but a medium, low average medium lifestyle. In downtown Ottawa, it costs a double income couple around $3,000 to $4,000, or $3,500 to $4,000, somewhere in that range. If you're living like in a clean, high quality, upscale apartment building where you have good amenities, like in our building, for example, rent is a little bit higher than many other places in Ottawa. It's a bit lower than some other places in Ottawa, but essentially we have a gym, we have a sauna, we have a pool, we have a car wash. So there's quite a few things we do save up on in the building. I don't have to go out and get a gym membership. We don't have to go out and like pay to use like a community pool or do anything like that. We're not going to the car wash as much and paying like $20 each time. So in those ways we do save throughout the year. We're in a very good location where everything's walkable, accessible. His work is like 7 to 10 minutes away. My work is like 15 minutes away. So we're saving on time and saving on a lot of things by investing that money in rent. Again, you could cut it down more if you didn't have a car and you use the bus. If you could cut it down more by, moving further away from the city and just, living in a basement. Any other things that, Jordan, you think that people could do to like live more tight budget compared to this $3,500 to $4,001?
Like just walk a bit more. Like you said, I live 10 minutes to work. I've been paid to park downtown, and starting next week I am gonna use what is left on my student bus pass because I just finished university, and I will continue on using that in the next month to save on parking downtown, which is about $18 a day, which comes out to about $90 a week and about $380 a month, which is an enormous expense that will be saved by taking the 10 to 15 minute bus ride instead.
Absolutely. There's always little things within that budget that you can cut down on. One other thing is like, the miscellaneous expenses. You can go tighter on that. You can like not eat out at all for a month or two if you're having a tighter time. Cutting down on subscriptions and just keeping like one channel. For a while, we did think about doing like a rotation. So 3 months we would have Netflix, watch everything on there, and then disconnect. And then 3 months on like Prime, watch everything on there, disconnect. But we do consume a lot of TV, I think primarily because we don't go out on weekdays. Our only entertainment end of the workday is like running something in the background and like, reading or something like that. We eat food with the TV on, bad habit, but it is a primary source of entertainment for us. And so, if you're not doing that, if you're spending in something less expensive, there's always that option. For food, I would say, while being like nutritious food, like it is harder and harder, it gets harder and harder nowadays to go down below like $600 a month, because then you would really need to move away from fresh food products and stuff like that. So just, we'll do a whole other episode of neat little tricks that we do as a young married couple. On top of that, we have like other costs. For example, we have 2 pets, but we don't want to, mention too much about the pets. But the pets do need food, and they need like filters for their water fountains, and then they need like vets appointments and sometimes grooming appointments. And just, like they're our babies, so we do spend like an extra like $300-400 sometimes on them per month. A minimum of $200, maximum of $400 a month. But that's really like not something every DINK would have to do if you don't have pets. It varies. If you have 1 pet, 2 pets, a dog, a cat, and how luxuriously you want to raise it, or how much health issues they have can really, impact that. Of course, beyond this 3,500 to 4,000, there's like savings and retirement plans and like TFSAs and other schemes and investments and stuff that we like didn't really touch on in this video. But this was more about like how to live, work, and survive in downtown Ottawa.
If you want to thrive, that'll be the next video.
Okay, it was really great talking to you guys today. Don't forget to hit like on this video if you want Jordan to come back for more episodes in the future. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.